Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Final Fantasy Mobius. So in this episode I'll be discussing how you should use your summon tickets, which probably is a question that most newbies say, but some veterans may consider different types of summons. So I'll give you my 2 cents on how I do my summons. I got 23 summon tickets already. I am pretty tempted to do a summon, but I'm going to hold out for a better event later on, so it is saving for better events, which is the main thing as well. So first up, let's go through all these. Job summon, some limited edition event summon, 3-star, 4-star, and Gigantua summon. We can pretty much cross that out already because we can just use friend tickets to actually do that summon anyway. Okay, job summon. I don't think you use summon tickets for this anyway. Yeah, you use Magicite. So job summon. Summons one job card you don't already own can be a pretty big advantage because you don't actually gain duplicates from this. You always get a new summon. I usually recommend doing this summon for newer players that are probably a week or 2 weeks into the game, which don't really have the time to re-roll over and over again for like a legendary job card. Even though there is a huge advantage with normal, like neutral job cards, because they, I'd say the majority of neutral job cards are actually pretty higher ranked, but you can actually get some job cards which are way down on the totem pole, unfortunately. So I tend not to do job summons that much. I do it sometimes because it gives you such a huge variety of classes you can choose from. It really makes you enjoy the game, and you can kind of evolve as a player doing these neutral job summons because each job has different elements that you can use, so it can make it pretty fun as well. So it depends on the type of player. I tend not to do it because I prefer a legendary job card. But why? Why do I do these ability card summons? So first up we have the event. So right now the FFRK event is on. So it summons 6 ability cards, may summon an FFRK Redux legendary card. So you may summon a legend job card here, and you may get a limited edition card as well. Some of these events are a lot better than others. I'd say the FFRK one is kind of shittier. You kind of have to look at the reviews. I'll probably do more reviews as time goes on with these limited edition cards, but this one here isn't that good. The main prize here is the legendary job card. So if you compare this to the cloud events, where you get quite good cards and also a chance to get a supreme card, that is a huge advantage. Much better than this current event. So then we have the 3-star summon. I would completely avoid this one. 4-star summon is one that I used to do quite a bit actually, because summons 1 4-star ability card boosted to the max. Boosting cards to the max actually uses up quite a lot of ability tickets. So if you don't want to use 100+ ability tickets to max out your card, or you're really tired of just fusioning cards together and all that mumbo jumbo, then you may want to go for this one as well. There is also a chance of getting a legendary job card from doing this as well. So there is pluses with both of them. I still recommend the greater summon because you're using more summon tickets, but you are getting more chances of 4-star tickets nevertheless, even though they aren't maxed, but they still get into your ability shop, so you can get it later if you really want to. And you may not get the card that you want in the max summon as well. You'll just draw a card and you'll be like, oh, that's maxed out, but I'll never use it anyway. So I'd prefer have the variety rather than maxing out one card. So I think we can come to a consensus that legendary jobs are pretty awesome. Like, they relate to a Final Fantasy character in the Final Fantasy universe. You get their theme song, which is pretty awesome as well. And the advantages of a legendary job card is that, 1, it's extremely easy to level. There are less bad jobs you can get in a legendary job summon as opposed to normally summoning, so that's also an advantage. Like I said, it's extremely easy to level. Like, this seeds that you actually need to max out a legendary job is pretty much nothing compared to... Well, I'll give you an example. Cloud took me a day to max out. Onion Knight, I'm still trying to max out. It's pretty insane about the difference between the two. So let's kind of recap. So summoning for jobs isn't a bad thing, of course, because there are so many decent jobs out there, so many normal jobs that are actually greater than legendary jobs, but it kind of restrains you from getting these ability cards, which you definitely need in the future if you want to build your deck up to be more powerful, because there are exceptional ability cards, which you'll just miss because you're too busy summoning for job cards. Even just one greater summon, because it costs the same amount, can open up your options such a great deal for the majority of your decks, if you have more than one job, of course, because you're going to have one main job, one sub job most of the time as well. Like I said, it opens up your potential for your deck quite a lot. So even though one of the biggest advantages of summoning a normal job is that you can't draw the same job card again. It's the same with legendary jobs. If you get one, you won't get the same one again. Huge advantage later in the game, because the Snow and Hope legendary job cards are considered the best in Japan. And if you're just doing job cards, of course, it kind of closes your ability to actually get them. But also, if you decide to go for them later on in the game, you'll probably get one of the earlier legendary jobs that released like a couple years back or something, depending when Snow and Hope get released. Probably not that long, of course, probably just like a few months away, really. So depends what kind of player you want to be. Maybe if Mobius introduces a new system, maybe some nice legendary jobs on the normal summons, then I'd probably consider it. But gaining abilities, having a chance to get legendary jobs, which are relatively easy to level, getting new weapons, and just having that nostalgic feeling of getting a legendary job, I definitely think the pros outweighs the cons here on doing the the greater job summons. So definitely go for that if you don't know what to do with your summon job cards. Like I said, don't do this one specifically, but definitely keep your eye out for Supreme cards and those limited edition events later on, which cards are better and which cards are worse. Because, of course, neutral ability cards are also good as well, but, of course, you really want the Supreme cards. Everyone pretty much does, really. So, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to cover in this episode. If you have any questions, definitely type them below. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.